Okay, Ali. Next up on how things work is movers and shakers. Look at what is here. Wowee! Diggers and cranes shift huge weights of soil and building materials. Far more than people could manage all on their own. First up, we have a dump truck. This is a dump truck for moving heavy loads. Here we have a cab. This is the body of the dump truck. And here we have a ram. Let's see what happens when we lift the flap. The truck can tip up its body to dump a load. Here's the ram again. Now, the body is moved by things called rams. This is what the ram looks like when it's dissected. Each ram is made up of a metal rod that slides in and out of a cylinder. This is the rod that slides in and out of the cylinder. And when that slides in and out, it pushes the trailer up. When the driver pulls a lever, oil flows into the cylinder and pushes the rod up. Here's the oil pushing the rod up. This way of using the flow of liquid to move things is called hydraulics. And this is a concrete mixer. Concrete mixers keep liquid concrete sloshing around inside. This mixes the ingredients together and stops it from setting until it's poured out. What's inside? Inside is a giant spiral blade similar to a corkscrew. It turns in one way to churn up the concrete. And look, it turns the opposite way to push concrete out the top of out the top and down the chute. This is the chute. So when the concrete turns this way, the screw pushes the concrete up and out of the cylinder and down the chute. This big digger is called an excavator. Some giant excavators can scoop up as much as 400 wheelbarrows of soil at once. Look, this is a man with a wheelbarrow. And some of these can pick up 400 at once. The body can swivel all the way around. This is the boom. Look, here's another ram. Here's the arm. The arm is moved by rams, just like the rams on a dump truck. Oil flows through these tubes to the ram. The bucket has sharp teeth to cut into the ground. Let's see what's under this flap, the flap of the arm. These rams push the boom up or down. Here's the boom. These are the rams. This ram makes the arm move in or out. This one here. Here's the arm, and that helps it go this way or that way. And this ram makes the bucket scoop up some soil. This is the bucket. You remember with the sharp teeth? What's in here? Excavators can be fitted with different attachments. So instead of a bucket attachment, they're using a drill here. And they do that for different jobs. This giant drill, called an auger, is for drilling holes in the ground. And if you live in the city, they tend to go off at all hours of the day and night, keeping Daddy and Mommy and Ali awake. These tooted wheels turn the tracks. Look, this is the track that helps the excavator move around, and these cogs, these wheels, help the tracks move, which helps the excavator move. Metal tracks spread the huge weight of the excavator over a large area, so it doesn't sink into the soft ground. To turn left, the driver makes the right track, which is this one, move faster than this one, so it turns left. This is the right track. That will move faster than the left track, and that will make this turn faster, so it will turn left, which is this way. To turn right, he makes the left track, which is this one here on the outside, go faster than this one here on the inside, and then he will turn right. Next up we have the tower crane. Tower cranes can help with putting up really tall buildings. Blocks of solid concrete balance out the weight of the load so the crane doesn't tip over. This can carry the same weight as that and balance it out. Here we have a trolley. Again, this is another cab. This is where the lift operator or the crane operator sits. We have pulleys and there's a hook. And for some reason, this is carrying elephants. 1, 2, 3, 4 elephants. This is called a jib. More pulleys. How many pulleys are there? 1, 2. This is a pulley 2. 3, 4, 5, and 6. And there must be one hidden in here somewhere. 7. And there's more back here. Instead of being solid, the jib is made up of hollow triangles. This makes it lighter and stronger. So these are all the solid triangles. The operator has to climb up this ladder to get into his cabin. Here's the ladder. Whee! He must take a break here and just walk around and look at the view, and then go up here, and this is where he might have his lunch, and just take in more of the view, and then he'll go back up the ladder in through the underside of the cabin, the cab, and he will just spend his hours of his days working there. What's inside the flap? Ooh. Oh, there's a multiple flaps set up in here. Let's see. What are we looking at first? The load is being pulled up. So here we have the elephants. That's the load. And the load is being pulled up. Follow the arrows. The arrows, the cable is pulling it. So if you follow this cable, it's going up and back towards the cab and up towards the top of the tower. And the cable is being pulled around this drum here. The drum is turned by a motor. It pulls in cable to raise up the load and lets out cable to lower it. So let's set the cable again if you want to lower the elephants or whatever load you're carrying. What's under this flap? More. Here's the trolley again, and this is moving out towards the tip or the end of the crane or jib. To pull the trolley along the jib, the crane operator winds cable around this drum. So here's another drum. And that's simply how tower cranes work. The top of the tower crane is assembled on the ground. After that, the crane builds itself. Here's how it works. 1. The top part of the crane is lifted up by a hydraulic ram. This is a section of the mast. This is the mast. Whee! Okay. 2. The crane operator lifts up a second section of the mast. And look, the new section is placed into this gap. The crane is bolted to a concrete slab so it doesn't fall over at the bottom. Wow, this crane is getting tall. Let's see. Then the hydraulic ram lifts the crane up a short way again. The crane lifts a new section and so on until the crane is high enough. Now, for smaller jobs, builders use a mobile crane. The boom can tilt forward and backward. This is the boom. This is the cab. The boom and cab are mounted on a disc that can turn all the way around. Here's the disc, and this can turn all the way around. These are outriggers. These help balance the crane and keep it stable. The crane has legs called outriggers. They keep it steady while it's lifting a load. Oh, this small flap. What's going on here? These outriggers slide in when the truck is driving. And that's all on movers and shakers. Up next, Ali, we will have getting going.